Back to the Masters Tournament. If you're just now joining us, we've had a great day of action so far. Right now, the Apostle Paul's on top of the leaderboard, having shot the lowest score. That may seem strange to those of you not familiar with the game of golf, but as the master himself once said, the last will be first, and the first shall be last. Let's get right to the action with Pam, who's on the 18th green with Moses. Pam?
Bob, Moses is having a difficult time trying to finish his day, as he's been stuck in the rough just outside the 18th green for what seems like 40 years. This has to be disappointing for the one-time leader who had a nice start of the day. As you recall, his first drive of the day landed with a water hazard off one. Moses was able to use his brother's 9-iron to part the waters and eagle the first hole. Bob?
Thanks, Pam. While Moses struggles to finish his day, another favorite, Elijah, is having trouble getting his day started. For that story, we go to Glenn on the first hole. Glenn, what seems to be the holdup?
Well, Elijah's favorite, Baal, for this round of the tournament. While Baal's followers and fans have shown up in droves, the false god has yet to show up and tee off. Despite the hours and hours of chanting and cheering by his fans, now he made the no-show while Elijah waits patiently beside the first green. Bob?
Thanks, Glenn. Meanwhile, the tournament underdog continues to wow the fans with his probable run of the leaders. Sally is standing by with that story. Sally?
Bob, I'm standing here right beside the 11th green, where young David continues to astonish fans and those with his play on the course. He just birdied his 4th hole in a row, prompting fans to break out in a cheer of Saul birdied thousands, but David tens of thousands.
That can't be sitting well with the former champ.
Not at all, Bob. In fact, every time David makes a nice shot, Saul throws one of his clubs at his head.
Saul would do well to remember what David did on the hole to his former partner. By the way, how is Goliath doing?
He's dead, Bob.
Thanks, Sally. Now over to Gary on the 9th hole, where another shocking story is developing even as we speak. Gary?
Thank you, Bob. And it looks like one of the more interesting pranks of the day is no more, as Abraham and his nephew Lot have decided to part ways here in the 9th fairway.
Could you tell us what happened there, Gary?
Bob, Abraham, and Lot are as close as an uncle and nephew can be, but it seems their caddies can't stop fighting amongst each other. Rather than try to continue with their quarreling caddy, Abraham and Lot have agreed to part ways. Abraham will continue playing the Masters course, while Lot and his caddy will play at the much more lucrative Sodom more open, presented by Viva. Bob?
It sounds like we have an update on Moses, so let's go back to Pam on the 18th hole. Pam, how did the old man do?
Bob, a disappointing finish for Moses today. Unable to get the ball out of the rough for himself, Moses consulted with the master himself, who told Moses that if he simply speak to the ball, it would drop into the hole. But rather than listen to the master, Moses chose to hit the ball with his driver as hard as he could. He finished the hole, but as a result of his disobedience, the master has forbidden him to enter the clubhouse.
Pam, I understand Zacchaeus just finished his day as well.
Yes, he did, Bob. He had a nice drive off the 18th tee and only needed to sink a 4-foot putt for a piece of the lead. But unfortunately, he came up a little short.
Thanks, Pam. It seems that pandemonium is broken out on the first tee. Let's go back to Glenn for an update. Glenn?
Followers of Baal have started a bonfire to try and summon their champion to the course. But as we said earlier, there has just been no sign of the deity anywhere. Ever the jokester Elijah began teasing the fans that Baal had gone back home to get a second pair of pants in case he made a hole in one.
That's why they fans love Elijah. Meanwhile, another fan favorite seems to be having his struggles on the 3rd hole. Sally, what's the word on Samson?
Not good, Bob. Dave will remember from past tournaments that Samson was easily the strongest driver on the course, regularly hitting 500 feet off the tee with the jawbone of a donkey. But the former champion came out this weekend with a new haircut, and it looks as if all power has gone out of his game.
Any chance he might take a late run?
There's always hope with Master Bob, but I gotta be honest, Samson is just kind of staggering around like a blind man out there.
Thank you, Sally. Now let's go to Gary on the 8th hole, with another player who has had some struggles with the water hazard. Gary?
Bob, the Apostle Peter was having a great day until he chipped his second shot on the 8th into the water. Prompted by the master, he began walking out onto the water to hit out of the hazard with a chance for birdie. But as we've seen him do before, Peter began to doubt and sank right into the water. Looks like he's going to get to double bogey this one.
Wow, tough break. But that's how it goes here on the Masters course. There are hazards to the left and right, but if you stay on the straight and narrow path, you'll find the master